Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today I'm trapped in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge until I ride every ride, eat at every food location, and find as many hidden Mickeys and secrets here as I can find. So let's get going. Here's a look at the rope drop crowd. It's actually probably about 8-10 at the moment, but this is the crowd constantly moving actually. But it is sticking out of the line and then wrapping this direction. My guess is it was closed initially and they just opened it. So yeah, look at this line wrapping all the way down through.
I do want to hit it one more time.
It probably wasn't open directly at rope drop. See how far the line goes. I'm not gonna get in it, but we'll see how far it goes because I'm curious. I made it down here to the marketplace and it's still going. So I was gonna tell you today that as I got into the park, it was like mostly empty, so empty, like emptier than I've seen it in a long time now that half of the pass holders are blocked out. And I thought about throwing all my plans for today out the window, the filming, the videos that I had, just to go enjoy the day because of how empty the park is. But I'm glad I came over here because this line for Rise of the Resistance is pretty insane, and this is why I tell you not to rope drop this attraction. If you've seen any one of my videos, I say it time and time again, do not rope drop Rise of the Resistance, and this is why. And here we go, the end of the line. Right over here is where they often have some meet and greets with characters. That's Savi's workshop back there, the Droid Depot right here, and here's the end of the line. Another landmark is that right over here off to our right is the entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge from Frontierland. That is the Frontierland entrance right behind Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I came into the park this morning using the Hungry Bear restaurant Critter Country entrance, and that was just because that's the side that Rise of the Resistance is on. Any time of the day, going through that entrance to go to Rise of the Resistance is going to be shorter. However, first thing here in the morning, the Frontierland entrance is going to be your best bet because what I had to do was walk all the way back here. Wasted a lot of time. So if you are dead set on rope dropping Rise of the Resistance, that's the entrance right there that you want to use. Boba Fett.
That's a tribute I can appreciate.
He's wearing Boba Fett ears. The line movement has finally reached the back of the line here and it's starting to inch forward. While we're standing here, we're actually going to go up here to Ronto Roasters. First thing we're going to do this morning is going to grab some breakfast. And here we go, Ronto Roasters. I mobile ordered, makes it easy. Ronto Roasters doesn't have a whole lot of seating here, but I chose this table. We're gonna overlook the crowds going that direction. Well, here we are. I got the Ronto morning wrap. This is basically a scrambled egg, cheese, sausage sandwich. I've gotten this a couple of times at Disney World. First time here at Disneyland. I'm actually not a big fan of eggs, but the last couple times I've had this here, the eggs have been fine because it's been mixed in with some other things. I love Ronto wraps. The sausage in these is fantastic. They also have a Ronto less wrap if you are vegetarian. It's basically a veggie Ronto wrap. I haven't tried that yet. I need to. This is an excellent breakfast item here at the Disneyland Resort. It's 8:25 now here in the morning, and while I was eating my Ronto wrap, I actually joined the walk-up list for Oga's Cantina. I wasn't initially planning on going there, but the walk-up list at the moment is 10 minutes. The park is pretty empty today. I think I might have said that. So I'm gonna spin around here and just let you see the area around the Millennium Falcon, and not a whole lot going on here. So we'll go to Oga's and we'll get a drink. While we're waiting, let's go hidden Mickey hunting, see if we can find some. And there's one that I'm taking to you right now that is supposedly the hardest hidden Mickey to find. And that hidden Mickey is actually going to be located right here, specifically on that tower there in the background. It is pretty obscure. And with our focus directly on that tower, let's zoom in to the wires hanging there on the right. So do you see it? That loop there in the middle, that's his left ear. And then the darker circle to the right of that is his head And the right ear is kind of obscured behind some other wires back there, but it's up there directly above that one loop. And that's a hidden Mickey. Savi's workshop over here, not busy at all at 8:30 in the morning. A couple of people waiting to go in, but not a crazy ton. I just did Savi's workshop for the first time last week, so obviously we're not going to do it again here today, but I'll put some footage in here of that experience. Wow, as a Star Wars fan, was I blown away. I would do it again in a heartbeat if it didn't cost $219.99 here at Disneyland. That's cheaper actually than Walt Disney World. I believe theirs is $249, $30 cheaper here at Disneyland than doing Savi's workshop at Walt Disney World. But with tax, it was like $237, something in that ballpark, and that's just a lot of money to spend. It was, fine for the first time that I did it, but it'll probably be a while before I do it again. Highly recommend, though. The quality of the lightsaber is phenomenal in terms of the weight of the handle. It's not cheap plastic. It's dense, heavy metal. You'll love it. I promise, if you're a Star Wars fan, this is something you have to do. Oh, I forgot to mention that reservations are required. They don't run out of reservations all that fast. They're maybe like 2 hours out further in the day, that sort of thing. You can get day of reservations, no problem. Try to factor in reservations whenever you are going to be going back to the hotel room so you don't have to carry the lightsaber around. Still waiting for Oga's. We're going to come here to Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities to find some more hidden Mickeys. And they're going to be located right here on this portrait. There's one right there. And I believe there's another one a little higher up. I just have to find it. Oh, here we go. It's on the dot of this dude. Let me zoom in. And there's another one. It's worth coming in here anyway, especially if you are a super huge Star Wars fan, because there's so much history and props in this room. I am going to do such a terrible time, even as big of a Star Wars fan as I am, trying to remember the names of things and names of droids and names of creatures and characters. I'm really bad with names, but you can see a lot of really awesome props in here. That one I do know, that's a Tauntaun. And this thing is from episode 2. I couldn't tell you what it is. Fact of the matter is, I can't point out everything that is in here, but you should just come take a look for yourself. There's loads of little Easter eggs to find in here. And literally 10 minutes from the moment that I joined the walk-up list, I got a text that they were ready for me. They said the estimated wait was 10 minutes, and they weren't kidding. I have no idea if there was really a 10-minute wait, or if because it said 10 minutes, it was just automatically set up to text me 10 minutes later. I don't know. If you're curious where Oga's is located, there's the Falcon, and Oga's is right over here off to the left by these red umbrellas. Here is the Blurg Fire. And this is my first time getting this drink. It's a pomegranate-based lemonade. So I thought I'd give it a try. And this is non-alcoholic. Anything that I drink is non-alcoholic. Tart. Pretty tart. Nice flavoring. You can definitely taste the lemonade and the pomegranate, but it's also got a habanero lime. The habanero gives it a pretty good kick, actually. Nice kick for a drink. Definitely tart. But wow, the kick. Was not expecting that kick. Interesting, different, unique. Let's put it that way. And this here is the Cliff Dweller, which has citrus juices, coconut, hibiscus grenadine, and ginger ale. Definitely taste the coconut. Coconut's a very strong flavor in this. You can also taste a bit of the citrus. Can't really taste the ginger ale. I mean, maybe it's just the base that it mixes, but definitely the coconut is the prevailing flavor here. Also, the citrus that I'm tasting is more orange. It's very strong orange flavor. Like I can taste the coconuts and the oranges, mostly. One of the coolest things about Oga's Cantina from a Star Wars fan's collecting sort of aspect are these things right here, the coasters that they use in the restaurants. You can actually ask for these to take them home, and here is the full set they gave me. All 5 of the coasters that they have here, and I mean, aren't they awesome? And these are nice, good quality, like cardboard here. These aren't flimsy little things, so they're quite nice. Especially, like, just don't get them wet. If you get them wet, then they're gonna get flimsy, of course. But nice little collector's item I'm gonna take home, put on my bookshelf. Here comes some more characters that you can see right here at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The Stormtroopers. They're on a mission.
Let's cool it down here. The resistance is active here. Have you seen anything suspicious?
We're gonna go ahead and ride Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run now. Time to do a ride. We haven't done a ride yet. It's 8:52. Only a 15-minute wait. Now I could wait the 15 minutes, but we're actually gonna go single rider here. It's not gonna save me a whole lot of time, but I'll take it. Did not give us a chance at all. Whoa! Not giving us a chance at all to hang out in this room. Look for hidden Mickeys in here. All right, here we go. Hidden Mickey right here.
Prepare next. Hit your flashing buttons. Occupy. Pull back on the stick to fly out. And push forward to fly out. Weapons are online. Now, gunners, shoot the cargo free. The pilot brakes. Good work.
Oh boy, that was probably the worst game of Smuggler's Run that I have ever been on. The pilot wasn't really all that great, and they were playing it safe. What I mean by that was, instead of lining up behind the train so we could get the coaxium, they're just cruising off in open space, not really caring. The guy's like, get behind the train.
Do you see those big white rings? Would you fly through them?
So we did really bad. From the exit of Smuggler's Run there, if we come up this little ramp, we're gonna go to another hidden Mickey that pretty much everybody knows about. Now, personally, I don't consider this to be much of a hidden Mickey, and that is this right here on the wall. One of my friends, David from Big Red Journeys, brought me to this spot the very first time to point this out, and he's like, do you see the hidden Mickey? And I was like, no, I don't really see it. Because to me, it just looks like 3 blaster holes on the wall. Sure, the bottom shape is a little bigger, but I mean, honestly... A Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run Easter egg secret, if you will, is unlocking Chewie mode. That is where they turn off Hondo Ohnaka doing the narration during the ride, and it's just Chewie in his type sounds throughout the ride. It's called Chewie mode. And to do that, you actually have to follow a complex set of procedures that really would... The only way you'd figure it out is if somebody told you to do it. And you can find those online. It's really complicated. I've never done it, and I'll probably never get a crew to do it with me. Right next to Savi's workshop over there is actually the Droid Depot. And so we're going to go in here and check this out. The Droid Depot is another deluxe paid experience where you get to build your own droid. And it looks like that they have 3 droids now. Whenever I did this a couple of years ago, they just had R2 and BB-8. They now have this unit, which I'm honestly not sure what it is. But these are the 3 droids that you can build. Of course, you can make them any color that you like. You don't have to make them, you know, BB-8's in his traditional sort of colors. But obviously R2 here, he's got a purple head and a red body. They have different colors they let you pick from a little conveyor belt. And then you get to build one of these guys. They have additional accessories in here as well. You can purchase like more panels, more color panels that you can swap out, a bag for carrying those droids, and this requires advanced reservations as well, though it doesn't look like they're fully booked today. There's quite a few build stations that are open, but you can see the conveyor belt over there that's running the parts along the wall, and you just pick out the parts that you want. Once you have one of each part for the type of droid that you're building, you bring it over here to the build station. And here at the build stations, you can put your droid together. The cast member will assist you with some of the things that they have to do, but for the most part, they involve you as much as possible in the process. Last I looked, this was like $100, which is significantly cheaper than Savi's workshop, but the results are not quite as exciting. In addition to being a place where you can build droids, the Droid Depot is also home to a shop with a lot of different Star Wars merchandise that you should consider purchasing. You love Star Wars. Check this out, a BB-8 apron. Ooh, is this metal? It is. Wow, that's a metal plate. Like, pretty solid piece of metal plate too. Ooh, plates. Ooh, these are nice quality plates. All around the land, you'll see footprints and tire treads and things like that along the ground. And for a lot of these marks, they actually used real droid props from the movies to make those imprints. So what you're seeing on the ground, that's legitimate markings from Star Wars props used in the movies. I believe this tread is supposed to be R2-D2. If you can imagine, he has two outer imprints, and then he has a central imprint, and then when he moves with all three running across the ground here. And these tracks, actually, if you follow the tracks, look where they go. Straight into the droid shop. And on the other side, those tracks come back out. Right next to that is the bounty board for the Bounty Hunter game. Now, you do have to have a Magic Band Plus in order to play this game. It says make sure you have a charged Magic Band right over here off to the left, and you also have to have the Play Disney Parks app. I forgot my Magic Band today, so we can't play it, but I'll put in some footage from the first time when we did play it. Essentially what you do is you come up to this board, you scan your Magic Band, and they are going to give you a bounty. Then they're going to send you on a scavenger hunt throughout Galaxy's Edge where you follow your band. Your band will pulse. Green if you're going in the right direction, faster and faster the closer you get. Red if you move beyond the limits of where the bounty is. And then you are looking for a specific type of door in Galaxy's Edge, and you'll just want to scan or put your Magic Band near that door. It'll start to pulse purple whenever you are actually, you've found your bounty. Then you open the Play Disney Parks app and you scan it with an AR scanner, and you will capture or catch the bounty that you're after. Then you come back here and you go to this giant door. You put your hand inside there, you scan your Magic Band, and this door, little window will open, a guy will talk to you, and then you will earn credits for your bounty hunting. And then you can come right back to this board and do it again. Each time you do the Bounty Hunters game, they'll send you on different bounties. You'll get different credit amounts. You'll be able to rack up credits and increase your score, become an elite bounty hunter. After you do a couple of bounties, they'll let you join the Bounty Hunters Guild. So I've only done this once, and I'm not yet a bounty hunter member. It is 9:20 a.m., and we're going to Rise of the Resistance. Now, if you don't rope drop it, I highly recommend that the time that you go is between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., Not all the time, but about 85% of the time. Rise of the Resistance is a shorter wait at 9 a.m. than it is at 8 a.m. But just to make matters simple here today, I actually grabbed an individual lightning lane. Individual lightning lanes for Rise of the Resistance costs $25. It works like the Genie Plus lightning lanes. However, individual lightning lanes are separate from that system. I do not have to purchase Genie Plus in order to buy an individual lightning lane. And if I purchase Genie Plus, it does not grant me access to Rise of the Resistance. It is a totally separate purchase. And so, because I'm only here by myself today, I just decided to purchase an individual lightning lane to speed up the riding of Rise of the Resistance. It'll let me skip a large majority of the line, take me straight to the pre-shows. There's still about 20 minutes of line after the pre-show because there are 3 pre-shows, and a lot of that 20 minutes is actually the pre-shows themselves. But it will help you skip the boring part of the line. In order to use that, we'll come over here to the Lightning Lane entrance of Rise of the Resistance. There is a hidden Mickey here on Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. It's in a Kylo Ren room. I'm gonna try to show it to you. If I can't, I'm just gonna put a picture that I found on the internet of it, but I'm gonna hopefully capture it and see it for myself. And literally walked right up to that door leads to the Rey room.
Is everyone assembled?
The second pre-show is in this shuttle right here. And a little bit of a hack, if you will. If you are a huge Star Wars fan, you want to be the last person off of the shuttle, so go in the back corner. You'll see why in a minute. If you want to be the first off, stop right here at the center at one of these bars, because we're going to be going through this door. The same door we come in is the same door we leave. The only downside is this position doesn't really give you the best view, unless of course you go to that front blue one in front of me there.
There appear to be a number of small craft heading our way. Raise the shields. Company, first order TIE fighters. Reload!
Attention on board, TR-141. Everyone will disembark for immediate interrogation. Move along, all of you.
And this is why you want to be last if you're a huge Star Wars fan, because they really usher you through this room. And if you want to spend more time here, just be in the back.
Choose only one side of the handrail.
There is a tad bit of a line at this portion of the juncture, but there's still one more pre-show to go. Another one of my favorite rooms is right here with those stormtroopers. And in this room, the interrogation cell is the third pre-show.
You have what I want. You know the location of the secret base, and I will take it from you.
Wait there! Alright, it's okay everyone. We're with the Resistance. We're here to rescue you. Let's get going. Come on out.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, those are the prisoners.
There's no escape. And then I will destroy you and the Resistance.
Bravo! Yes, R5, you too.
I love that ride so much. I love also being on it with people who've never ridden it before. And the lady beside me, as soon as we got off, she's like, that was awesome. It is, isn't it? It's such a phenomenal attraction. A few market stands are available here outside Star Wars Rise of the Resistance with some more merchandise that you can peruse and take a look at. These are more Resistance-themed merchandise. And these pods are double-sided, and they also have merchandise on the ends of them. So be sure to circle all the way around when you want to check and see what they have to offer. A fun little secret takes place over here at the water fountain. If you observe this tank long enough, you might see a surprise that makes you question whether or not you should be drinking from that fountain. Well, I asked the cast member who's filling up his water bottle there, and he told me that the creature is hibernating and won't be coming out today. He drank too much at Oga's Cantina. I just asked if it was broken, but I love their response. They stay so in character here. This is such an awesome land. I love it so much. We're hanging out here in the marketplace where there's a whole bunch of stores and merchandise that you can check out. But one of the cast members just said, did you know about the hidden Mickey in here? Up here on this support beam, actually right about here is a good spot to see it. There it is. And here's a shirt for that creature. I guess he's called a Dianoga. And that's his eye. Ooh, check out this creature. Well, at this point, we've nearly done everything. I've got a couple of food places that I have yet to visit. The Milk Stand and Docking Bay. Now, Docking Bay doesn't open till 11, so we have to wait until then. But before then, we're going to go to that Milk Stand and also look for one more hidden Mickey that I have yet to find. Also, I wanted to tell you that another place to meet characters frequently is in front of the Falcon. I've seen Rey and Chewbacca both meeting guests here in front of the Falcon. There are actually a lot of hidden Mickeys around here that I've Googled and seen, but it's really, really hard to find them unless I guess you know exactly where they are. So while we're looking, we're just gonna come over here to the Milk Stand and we're gonna get something to eat. Yeah, Milk Stand has some food. I know, it's new, isn't it? And I've come to get Star Wars Galaxy's Edge's newest food item, or one of them anyway. The Milk Stand's one of the newest food items, the polystarch puff bread. And this is a little bit of a mix of savory and sweet. So it looks like a little pastry here, but it's got a sweet layer on the inside, and this is really good. Now this is not icing on top. This is like hard, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's not icing. But this is still such a really good treat. Highly recommend it. You give it a try. Here's another potential Mickey. So there's the bounty board over there, and right behind me is Ronto Roasters. Online, somebody said this is a Mickey, and that's another trio of 3 blaster holes up there. I could see it. Potentially so. That actually looks more like a Mickey than the other one over by Docking Bay, in my opinion. Here's Savi's again. But honestly, if you really start counting every single bit of 3 dots on the walls, you could say there are Mickeys everywhere. Look who we found walking around outside Docking Bay 7. It's R2-D2. Docking Bay 7 is open now. And so we've come inside here to pick up my food order. I'm gonna go right to mobile order pickup. Well, I do love dining inside of Docking Bay 7. It's much brighter out here. Well, here's what I got from Docking Bay 7. This is the Trandoshan style pasta with braised bantha. In other words, it's beef and noodles. It's one of my favorite items at Disneyland. One of the tastiest, also one of the more expensive items, but man, is this a good food item. Well, that's it for our time here today at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like and subscribe button if you'd like to see more like it. Then click this video to keep watching. Maybe another trapped video, more tips, more hidden Mickeys and rides and food at Disneyland. Thanks for watching. See you again next time.